You want to see something cool? Okay, but just this once. Since I started dice making 4.5 years ago, one of the cool, fun, amazingly beautiful styles that I have seen come out of dice making is the Geode dice. And I don't know who to credit this design for because I think once geodes started to make an appearance, all of the dice makers kind of quickly jumped on them. But some of the earliest dice makers that I saw making geodes were Whitney from Smoking Glue Guns and Tess of Dreamy Dice. But again, I don't actually know who created this design. I never jumped on the geode dice train just because by the time it really got to me, it had already been done by so many incredibly talented dice makers that I wasn't sure what I could do or say to set it apart. Until one day, I did have an idea. A couple of years ago, I was looking through some old Dice Masters that I had ordered and never sanded, which is just the story of my life. And I came across the dragon egg insert. This is a D20 chunk insert that looks like it's got dragon scales on it. And I always thought it kind of looked like a dragon egg, but I never ended up sanding or polishing it or really getting inspired to do anything with it. One night, I just had this thought, what would a dragon egg looked like if it was cracked open? And that is when I came up with the idea for my dragon egg geode design. And I'm very pleased to say, I think this is really the only dice making concept that I can take credit for. And of course, it would have never happened if I hadn't been inspired by all of the amazing people who were making geode dice. But today I thought I would walk you through how I make my dragon egg geode dice. Now, unfortunately, some of the footage from this pour got lost. So I'm just going to tell you really quickly that the very first step in making one of my dragon egg geode dice or any geodes is to take a blank that looks like it's been carved out to be a geode. So a lot of dice makers just cast like a full D20 and carve it out themselves. You can also order them printed this way. This one was actually the dragon scale D20 chunk, and I carved out the geode bit myself. But then I immediately used that to cast it into silicone and make molds. And to this day, I've never actually used the one that I carved into. So that's essentially like a working master since nobody is making this design but me. So the first step was obviously just to pour resin into that mold and make the base for my geode. And then all I do is paint the scales. So with that, we're going to pick up with my design for Dragon Egg Geodice. And the one I'm about to show you is actually super cool. It's one of my favorite ones I ever made. After the blank has been cast, the next step with the Dragon Egg Geode is to paint the scales on that insert. In this case, I went with a nice silver, and then I also used that same silver to paint the opening of the geode. Next, I have to lay down some UV resin, and this is just a chunky Mylar. The style of this geode was actually a galaxy geode. That was the entire inspiration here. So I went with a really beautiful incandescent Mylar that I thought would give night sky vibes. And even in this first step, I can already see it coming to life. Next, I do another layer of UV resin with some glitter. In this case, I did a dark purple, and then I hit it with a teal because in my mind, galaxy pours are always dark purple and teal, and maybe sometimes a dash of pink. I followed that up with another layer of UV resin, and this time I'm laying in a chunkier glitter because I just like to break all that up and make sure that there's lots of dimension, because once you cast it in its final shell, it's going to be easy for a lot of this to get lost if there's not a lot of variation in the types of glitter and Mylar I choose. Here I have a little bonus void that happened when I cast this geode, so I'm just putting a little star in that hole, and then I'm using those same silver stars as my final layer when we decorate the geode. So that was just another layer of UV resin. And then here I'm just using a used pipette to kind of put the stars where I'd like them to be. Once that is all finished up, I let it sit under the UV light for an extra long time while I start mixing my resin. And then this beautiful galaxy geode is going to go for a little swim to help prevent any air bubbles from gathering and ruining this final casting. I am just going to fill up the mold about halfway. That's where I like to start. And then here I'm giving it a bath. I have to make sure that it's oriented properly. Otherwise, it's going to be a complete fail. So I always really take my time when I'm doing this part to make sure that basically the triangle part is aligned the way I want it to be. And then I push it in really slowly to make sure it doesn't flip in the mold. Then it goes back in the pressure pot. And the next day I'm ready to demold. The flashing was super, super thin here, which is such a good sign. I'm always so nervous with these geodes because there's so much work and just one little thing can make them a fail. But as you can see, this one turned out absolutely perfect. I always try to make sure that that D20 is lined up with the most beautiful part of the geode. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but in this case, it definitely did. The person who commissioned this geode from me is a longtime customer. She's been one of my earliest customers, really. And I also took entirely too long finishing this commission for her. So I wanted to do something really special for the ink. Here I'm using purple and teal, which are the signature colors of my galaxy pours. Hilariously, they're also the colors in my logo. And I'm not really trying to do an ombre here. It's really more of like a kind of blotted, I honestly don't know what to call this inking style, but I'm basically just trying to make sure that the purple and the teal gets on every single number and that it's not uniform. So I'm sort of intentionally not doing an ombre because I want to make sure that the purple and the teal are showing up on different faces in different places because I just don't want it to be super matchy-matchy. It's a galaxy style pour. So the idea here is galaxy, sky, blotty nebulas, that sort of thing. I know it's really hard to see in the video here, but this ink looks so cool. They both have a little bit of a metallic sheen in the colors I chose, and I think that's really helping with the galaxy effect here, and I was honestly just so happy with how this ink came out. And here it is, all finished up. After I do that ink, I always just clean the dice up with a rag and a little bit of LA Awesome. I think it turned out so amazingly. It is honestly one of my favorite Dragon Egg geodes I have ever made. If you like this video, please click like. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, please click that subscribe button. And I really hope you enjoyed seeing the process behind the only 100% unique dice concept I've ever had myself. I'm super proud of this style, and I think it'll always be my favorite.